In this video, I fly the Boeing 767 to a destination I haven't been to in years. I haven't been here in a freaking minute. I also fly to California, which means, you know what that means. If I get it over a 9, I might be able to get myself in and out for dinner. Above a 9.0 landing grade, in and out, yay or nay. And an airplane race and a couple delays make it tight for me to make my final connection home. Got slowed down because we had to follow a company Airbus, which annoyed me because I have this commute to catch. Do I make it? You have to tune in to find out. Ready? Buckle up. Let's go fly. Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Pete. Some call me Pilot Pete. Once in a while, I fly Boeing 767s, and that's what we're doing today. We got another airline pilot trip, so if you want to come along for the ride, we're here in Indianapolis. The trip started with a deadhead. I'll show you the footprint of the trip here in just a second. Checked into our hotel. Beautiful view here in downtown Indianapolis. King bed, uniforms ironed. We're all set to go. Goodie bag hand delivered with water bottles. Like I said, the uniform's ready to rock and roll. We're about to head to the gym to get our non-negotiable in before we start our, I think it's like a 6-hour flight today. Here's the footprint of the trip. It is a deadhead, like I said, front end and back end's a double deadhead, which is beautiful. We're deadheading to Indianapolis. We're operating Indy to somewhere I haven't been in a while. We're going to PDX, Indianapolis to Portland, Oregon, not to be confused with Portland, Maine. We're going westbound, and then we got about a 2-hour sit on the ground there, just enough time to offload, onload, pre-flight, stretch the legs a little bit, and then we're flying down to Oakland, California, where we have about a 29-hour layover there in Oakland. And then we finish the trip by flying Oakland back to Indianapolis on Thursday with a back-end deadhead to finish the trip. So today's gonna be a long day. I haven't done 2 legs like this in a long time. Fun fact, I actually tried to drop this trip. I put it up for a drop, but the company denied the drop, and then I put it up for pickup for other pilots to grab. But no one wanted it. It's a good trip. I honestly don't think it's that bad of a trip. It's because the new contract goes into effect July 1st, meaning technically we're kind of flying with a 40% pay deduction. What I mean by that is July 1st, if our contract passes, which we'll know in 7 days from the recording of this video. So by the time it comes out, you'll be able to look on the news and I'll talk about it on my next video, whether or not the contract passed. So since we're a union, we're part of ALPA, Airline Pilots Association. We just voted for a new contract, and that new contract, if it passes, like I said, goes into effect July 1st, which also goes into effect our new pay rates. And it's about a 40% increase for most pilots to jump up that 40%, not year over year, obviously, just to get us to what we call made whole. Our contract expired back in 2021. So the pilots have been fighting for equal pay rates to all the other airlines that are out there that are flying you guys around. And hopefully that's what we end up with. So I get back to the point. Pilots don't really want to work that much in June. Well, 2 reasons. One, it's summer months coming up, but also it's like, why work for 40% less? Just hold off 1 little month and you'll be making 40% more. Who wouldn't want to do that? It's the same job, just being paid more, right? I mean, that's how I look at it, at least. So that being said, I was one of those pilots that tried to drop this trip. Hey guys, take it, who wants it? And everyone's like, no, I don't think so, Pete. It's not worth our time because, like I said, in about 3 weeks from now, they'll be making 40% more. But I digress. We're stuck with the trip. We're gonna do it. We're operating out to PDX, 4.5-hour flight, 2 hours on the ground there, I just checked, and then down to Oakland, California, about an hour and 45-minute flight. So it'll be well over 6.5 hours-ish in the metal tube today, but that's all right. It's day flying, which we like, although we do get to Oakland around like midnight local, so I guess that's kind of not day flying as far as body clock goes. It'll be like 3 a.m. my time, but we'll deal with it. We're in shape, we're feeling good. We just hit High Rocks, New York City yesterday morning, and now we gotta fly. So we're gonna get an upper body workout in at the gym, and then we'll grab some lunch in downtown Indy, get some fresh air, and get this trip started. Let's roll. Couple treadies, free weights, but this is what I'm not loving. The bench, look at the angle. And no, it doesn't move. I just, like, that's bolted right there. So I can't see how it's like I'm doing chest today. I want to do flat bench. And I got like a divot in my freaking back because of the freaking bench. What the heck, people? Come on. Pete flies, he's trying to get his freaking non-negotiable, and you guys are trying to break his back. They say a gorgeous day here in Indianapolis. Summer is upon us, folks. Getting some vitamin D, just had a good workout, some yummy lunch at Sweet Green. Now we're walking down kind of the main street area here in Indy. We'll stop at Whole Foods because we're gonna pack our dinner and some snacks. We'll be flying for the next 6.5 hours. When we land in Portland, it's just a turn. So I don't do those often. It's very, very rare I fly 2 legs in a day. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. And the fact that we're doing 4.5 hours, pretty much cross country, Indy to Portland, and then we have to fly another hour and 45-minute flight down to Oakland. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really love that. I don't know who I can speak with, but you know me, I'm all about work as least as possible and make as much money as possible. But today they're making us actually earn our paycheck. We're working for it today, folks. We'll get extra snacks. That's what I think we'll have to do. And then also, since Captain, I haven't met up with him yet, he'll probably take the first leg out to Portland, which means I'm gonna have the second leg to Oakland. And then you know what that means. If I get an over a 9, I might be able to get myself in and out for dinner. But I kind of hope it's not over a 9 because I don't want to have in and out. I don't want to have in and out. This order is about to be diabolical, folks. 6 burger patties, essentially. Fries, ate the whole thing, the milkshake. It's dangerous. Pete, it's 3:41. You were supposed to be in the lobby at 3:40. Why are you running late? Come to my room at like 3:05. Door didn't work. Back down to the lobby. Hey, can you get my room key to work? No problem. Rescan it, come back to my room. Didn't work. Down again. Oh, sorry, we didn't check the time. Come back, it doesn't work again. 4th time at the front desk. Hey, can someone please come up with me? I have a flight in like 15 minutes I gotta go to. The lady comes up with their like master key. Doesn't open. So then they gotta start doing damage control. Finally, we got in. Finally. My mind keeps drifting into memory. Something long gone keeps on coming back to me. Beautiful people from the windy but sunny ramp here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just pre-flighted to 7-6. She's all set to go for our first long leg, Indy to PDX Portland. And kudos to this captain on our ride. Obviously, we get to know each other on the way to the airport from the hotel. And we went over the flight plan, briefed everything that we want to talk about. He's like, hey, which leg do you want? Now, normally, tradition or whatever you want to call it, the captain will take the first leg. But since we have 2 legs, it's kind of, like I said, kind of rare for us. He's like, which leg do you want? And I was honest with him. I said, hey, PDX to Oakland is going to be like midnight, 1 a.m. body clock time for me. I'm an East Coast guy. This captain lives in the mountain time zone. So I'm going to be probably pretty tired. I would definitely prefer the first leg. He's like, great call, no problem, all you. So just a little shout out in CRM, Crew Resource Management. That's how I was taught how to be a captain, how most guys and girls are. But sometimes, you know, you get the people that are just like, I'm taking the first leg, I'm the boss, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that's how we figured out who's going to take the first leg. So it'll be my turn to fly to Portland, 4 hours, 31 minutes. We got a long route. We're actually a little bit longer than scheduled because instead of flying pretty much straight to PDX, we're going south and then north because all these thunderstorms that were kind of in our route of flight. So we got extra gas and just the avoidance of weather, which can be a little bit bumpy and stormy on that direct route. So we just got to do flight path, dispatch said okay. So we just pre-flighted. We're all set to go. Next stop is PDX. Let's go fly. Shame, I think of all the years gone by, all the yesterdays for you and I. It was a flame back then, but oh my, something set ablaze when we said goodbye. Give me just a little bit of time back, baby. Can't you see? Couldn't we just go rewind that ancient history? Hello, folks, from Portland, Oregon. We made it. I haven't been here in a freaking minute. I think I've only laid over here in my 5+ year career here, like, I don't know, twice. So it's pretty rare. It's a pretty far flight from the East Coast. So I kind of try to stay away as much as I can. But it's a very nice day out. It's beautiful. We landed runway 28 left, passed over Mount Hood there, and then Mount Jefferson behind that. Some tall, big mountains that you definitely don't get to see flying into Newark or anywhere else for that matter. And it was my leg, landed, came in pretty fast. So normally when we're flying, we go flaps 1, flaps 5, flaps 15 on the 767, gear down, flaps 20, then flaps 25 and 30, kind of in that sequence. But this time I was just hauling butt. I don't know what. Maybe I'm just tired, I guess. I don't know what the heck it was, but we're just coming way too fast. I was like, I'm not going to be stable. So I dropped the gear at flaps 1, which is not allowed. It's just not like the standard way we do it, but I need to slow down. I need to drag. So I dropped the gear earlier than I normally would, slowed down, was still stable by the parameters of 1,000 foot, and we landed 28 left. We'll go with a 6.8. We'll go with 6.8 out of 10 and tack it into our gate. And we got about 2.5 hours here. It's weird. We're normally just like turning and burning or going to the hotel. I just got off the phone with SJ and she's like, you're not on the way to the hotel or at the hotel? I was like, no, we got to wait here too. It's like, I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm outside stretching my legs, getting some fresh air because we've been in a metal tube for 6 hours and we'll have to be in another metal tube or the same metal tube for another hour and 45 down to Oakland. So it's 10 o'clock East Coast time, 7 o'clock here. I feel fine. It's nice to get out and stretch the legs and get some fresh air, but definitely gonna be tired once we get going probably, and definitely be tired when we get to the hotel in Oakland. So we'll burn time here. There's a little pilot lounge. Captain's hanging out, watching some shows. I'm just chit-chatting with SJ, and then, yeah, that's what we do. We just hang out. I don't know if I can find my way out. All right, sit complete. Got a little work done on my computer. Talked to SJ, said goodnight. And then here it is, the magnificent 767. I actually FaceTimed SJ in the flight deck and showed her some of the buttons. He was trying to quiz me. So I stumped Pilot Pete. Could not be done, folks. Could not be done. Hour 45 to Oakland. We got to pre-flight the big girl. I'll be pilot monitoring. Feeling good. Let's get out of here. Let's get to our layover. And everything is curling up tight. Midnight here in Oakland, 3 o'clock body clock. Tired, I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, beautiful people from Oakland, California. Man, last night was a long one. Pushed back about 15 minutes early, leaving PDX Portland, and everything was going fine. Everyone felt great. It was gonna be my turn to monitor. Captain's flight to fly down to here in Oakland. And oh, look at the little ducky. See the ducky? Hi, ducky. Push back. After we start checklist, the captain calls for, which is my job to set the flaps, the trim, and the turn the packs on, the air conditioning unit. It didn't work. Same thing that happened in LA like a couple trips ago. Rarity, but obviously things break. We troubleshoot it. We contact maintenance on the radio frequency. They had us do what they're allowed to let us do as far as troubleshooting goes. It didn't work, so that means we had to go back to the gate. So we taxied in the gate, shut down, and then that's when the troubleshooting begins. Maintenance kind of jumps in, does their thing. Luckily, they were able to clear it without having to like open up the cowling and, you know, troubleshooting it too badly. And we were out of there like an hour later. Honestly, and this is for all the people out there that you fly, you'll obviously disruptions will happen. It's the paperwork that takes the longest time. Even in today's digital world, you got to write stuff up on the iPad. You got to send it over to global operations control, then they got to send it to the local maintenance at PDX. It's got to upload it back to, you know, headquarters, and then it's got to go onto your plane, new dispatch release. All that stuff just takes time. It's all like legality paperwork thing, you know, the FAA, and this is why aviation, in my opinion, one of the reasons it's so safe is because like they don't cut corners. It's just so many little things that have to be done to make sure that everyone's signature is good, all the numbers match up, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, we ended up pushing back an hour after that incident and then flew the maybe hour and a half, hour 45 down California coast. But I was tired. I was really tired when we got up to cruise altitude. I could tell. I was like, oh boy. Pilots really tell when they're tired. It's like the little things. You're just thinking and you miss radio calls, or you're really quick with the FMS usually and you're going a little bit slower, or the checklist, you might skip over an item. It's just like those normal fatiguing things that happen. So when we landed in Oakland, I was definitely exhausted. And then we had about a 45-minute drive to our hotel, and I actually zonked out on the drive. That's how tired I was. But it's a beautiful day here in Oakland. We're glad to be awake and alive. They got a new restaurant here, I guess. They gave us a little bit of discount, so I'm gonna check that out, get some breakfast, start our day. We got Knicks game 1, and then we got an early wake up tomorrow at 3:30. So this layover is gonna be focused me on catching up on sleep. Hopefully that's priority number 1, getting a run in, because I got the training block I'm on, and then just enjoying my time. Oh, and a quick shout out to everyone at Portland PDX, at our company and our team. The operations they have there, we fly into a lot of different ramps. PDX might be the best. Literally, everyone there is like, they really take pride in their job. The rampers, the DG people, the maintenance, ops control, like everyone is on the ball. The pushback crew, the wing walkers, the loaders, the unloaders, everyone there is like, you can tell there's just a big difference. Kind of, we go to a bunch of different ramps. I'm not going to say any ramps that aren't the best, but the people at PDX, they really take pride in their job and on-time safe operation of the operation. So shout out to everyone out there who did an awesome job. They really kicked butt yesterday. Even when things didn't go according to plan, they showed up, they showed out, and everyone did an awesome job. So as you can see, my hotel room has this little kind of patio with a sliding door, but I just realized it's very accessible right into my room. Laptop, wallet, all the stuff. And I'm just kind of walking around here like, oh, nice. Treating it like my own little patio. Like, it's in and out. And then I'm walking away, going doing my thing. Probably not the safest thing, smartest thing, but you know what? People's what I always say. So I try to teach SJ. 99.9% of people in the world are good people. And the only reason we have locks on doors and cars, even have police and all this safety, security, is for the 0.01%. So I'm just going to take a gamble. I'm going to take a bet that the 0.01% don't come knocking on my room or opening the sliding door and stealing my laptop. Otherwise, this video will never come out. It'll be delayed many, many, many weeks. I will say the nice thing about having that little walkout balcony in your hotel room is you don't have to worry about a shirt. So we're out here. We're doing our marathon training. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying I got 2 marathons this year. I got the Chicago Marathon in October and the New York City Marathon in November. Chicago, we're all set, ready to rock. New York City, though, I'm raising money for Children's Aid. Every single penny goes to their charity, but I'm not just asking you guys to donate in the link below. If you have the means and you're able to, $1, $5, whatever you can give, it's greatly appreciated to all those kids in New York that need it and could use it. But addition to that, every $50 entry that you do, if you donate 50 or 100 or 150, it gets you an entry into the fly around New York City with yours truly, Pilot Pete. That's right. You come to New York, go up in the airplane, fly around the greatest flight in the greatest city in the world. It's the best. I did this last year, helped to raise a lot of money, and someone won it and took them and their wife up, and it was incredible. They freaking loved it. So I'm doing the same thing this year. So if you want to donate, like I said, $50 gets you 1 entry, $100, 2 entries, so on and so forth. But if you only have $1 or 2 to spare, that works too. Link in the description below. I appreciate it. We're running 4.5 miles today. Let's go. Can someone explain to me why you're supposed to run and bike against traffic? Like, the sign is saying run towards me, but my whole thing is I want to see the drunk driver or the crazy driver coming at me so I can dip out of the way. So I don't get why these signs are telling me go with traffic when I don't want to see someone hit me in the back. You know, I think it makes a lot more sense to run against traffic so that if this guy gets a little crazy, I can dip out of the way. Today's run felt silky smooth, felt great. Not a cloud in the sky, absolute gorgeous day here in Oakland area. Unfortunately, I did not get above a 9 in California on my landing, so that means no In-N-Out. 6 burger patties, essentially. Fries, ate the whole thing, a milkshake. It's all right though. This is one of my favorite go-to places. It's like fast casual, but clean eats, steak, chicken, bread, salads, soups, wraps, bowls. So we're kind of doing a hybrid, super late lunch, super early dinner. A, I'm exhausted. B, with the Knicks on. So let's go enjoy. Home cooked mealin'. Come on now. Some steak, some garlic bread, some chicken cob, mac and cheese. Let's go. We listen and we don't judge. Steak was good. The sides were good. But the truth is, I'm still hungry. So we're back for seconds. Buffalo chicken sandwich, fries. I told you this is like a hybrid late lunch, early dinner. So I'm just taking care of both meals. At time, 3 a.m. wake up, but before I was just getting ready for bed. Look at this sunburn. My cross necklace perfectly outlined up there when I passed out on my back. And then also I was listening to a podcast with my phone resting right on my chest. Look at that. That is ridiculous. 3 a.m. tomorrow. Last leg, what we call the go home leg. We'll be flying from Oakland to Indy. Should be my leg. See you tomorrow. Beautiful people, early morning here in Oakland, California. They're loading the jet up. We just pre-flighted. Lidwig is the name of her, and we're gonna be flying her just over 4 hours to Indianapolis. A little bit of tailwind pushing us. We're at 35,000 feet. A lot of stuff. 115,000 pounds we're planned at. And there's a little bit of weather just before our arrival into Indy. So Captain and I discussed that we're going to get a little bit more fuel added on. It's actually not going to be my leg. He said in the car, he's going to take us to Indy. No real reason. There's only 3 legs on this trip. And I took the first one. He took the second one. Normally it'd be mine, but he's like, look, I don't want to talk on the radio across the country, so I'm going to take this leg. He has that prerogative. He's going to do it. I don't blame him. So I'll be the pilot monitoring. No landing score on our way to Indy. And hoping to get out of here early. We're scheduled to land at 12:04. And then I got a 12:54 flight back to NYC. It is what it is. If we get there early, I'll make it. If we don't, then there's always another flight, right? So for now, that's our plan. So a cool feature on the Boeing 767, which not every airplane has, a few most sophisticated advanced modern jets do, is this call the flight deck button. So as you can see here right on the nose wheel, flight deck call. If you push this button, it actually dings us in the flight deck. I'll show you on the comms panel. It lights up, it dings, and you'll see ground call there. That's basically the ground personnel trying to get a hold of us. So if we're not on the radio, we're not listening or whatever, and they plug in here, they can then talk to us. But again, we're not monitoring the ground call pretty much until pushback, but they need to talk to us earlier, or they want to disconnect the APU, or something's going on down here that we should know about up there. They press this button, it dings us, and we'll get a flight deck call. It's not on every jet I've ever flown, but something cool feature on the 767. Head up to the flight deck and get out of here.
Well, I know how you want it to seem, but we'll watch as it all plays out. From the crest of the wave that we broke upon, and pulled you back into the sea, all the way down. Why'd it take all our life to explain that it's more beautiful when you're here?
All right, folks, we safely landed in Indy. Got slowed down because we had to follow a company Airbus, which annoyed me because I have this commute to catch. We had to slow down again, and then the crew bus was late, and now I'm out here waiting for another bus. So it's 12:22. My flight departs at 12:54. It's about a 15-minute drive. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Could have easily made it if I was in charge of many different things, but I'm not. And like I've said before, pilots are always other people's customers. So we'll see how this works out. Fingers crossed that we get home.
Say it like it is this time for me to hear.
Let's go. We freaking made it. That was one of the closer calls I've had, but I'm happy to report it all worked out. We're back in New York City and it's all good to go. But let me explain to you what exactly kept adding up to why it became so close as it was. So we're here in Oakland. This is where it all began. And we pushed back out of gate 17 for departure, runway 30. As we push back, call for taxi. The normal taxi instruction, especially that early in the morning, is Romeo Bravo Whiskey, runway 30. 30. Well, as soon as we taxied onto Bravo, we had an inbound airplane coming into Whiskey, and for whatever reason, they didn't give him Whiskey Victor, they gave him Bravo. So we had to add our taxi length with Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Whiskey. Again, not that none of this stuff I'm about to go over is a big deal, but when you know that your flight to catch is gonna be close, every minute, every second counts. So I knew going this way I was gonna add some time, no big deal, we gotta go a little bit slower, but then we had a little bit of traffic here, had to stop for a second, finally got to the departure, ready to go, runway 30. Of course, 2 airplanes were inbound to land. Low weather in the morning in Oakland, meaning low ceilings, so we had to wait there for an extra 5 minutes. Again, I don't wanna make this sound like it's like a huge deal. I'm just telling you why I was sprinting to the Indianapolis airport in full uniform and roller bag, and if you sat on my flight from Indy to Newark and I was sweating, this is exactly why. Finally, we blasted off runway 30. Nice, beautiful departure, as you could see there, taking off out of the Bay Area. I was pilot monitoring, so I got a bunch of directs. That storm and that weather really wasn't too much of a factor, but right around the arrival into Indianapolis, we flew right around USIRE. It was us and a company's Airbus A300 or A310, I believe, coming from Denver about the same time. So we were flying at 37,000 feet. They were at 35,000 feet. We were slowly catching up to the Airbus. They were a little bit ahead of us. The Airbus wanted 370 because of the weather. ATC then gave us a vector. They said, hey, Pilot Pete's plane, turn left heading 040. This is about like a 09 heading. They sent us 040 all the way here for about 4 minutes or so to give spacing to that other airplane so they could get ahead of us. And then we turned back around and got back on course. That added like a whole 4 minutes, which again, it all adds up. Then the Airbus goes a little bit slower than the 76. The Airbus was instructed, what's your max forward speed? They said we could do 0.80, which is like our normal speed. 0.80 is the Mach number. So 0.80 of speed of sound, essentially. And they were flying 0.80. We were told, instructed to slow down to 0.76, which made it even longer. So on and so forth. And then descent, Airbus was going even slower. That was 280 knots. We wanted to go like 315, gonna pull it back to 270, I believe. And finally landed runway 23 left behind the Airbus, parked at the gate. The crew bus not got lost, but they had to pick that crew up first, then come to us. And there's another crew bus that takes me from the ops building, which is over here. I'll show you exactly where it is. So our ops building is like right over here and the passenger terminal is over here. So that bus has to then drive me on the actual roads around the airport. I guess they drop me off like right over here. Yeah, so you go around the airport all the way here, drop me off. That in itself takes 15 minutes. So it's just like, oh, and the bus wasn't there, but they did a great job. So shout out to the bus drivers. Thank you for getting me in on time. And really the saving grace was KCM, known crew member. That's the security that the crew members can go through where kind of bypass security. However, you can get randomized, meaning you can have to go through regular security, but thankfully, I was literally scanning my badge and I hear, final boarding call to Newark, paging passenger Pilot Pete, where you at? Sprinted through the terminal and was the last one aboard. They're kind enough to fit my bag on because the crews help each other out. And then we landed in Newark and it's all good. But yeah, really no huge rush to get back. I was telling myself throughout the drive, like, hey, there's always another flight. It's okay. But you know, when it's right there in front of you want to grab it. So we did, all good. That ends the trip though. Oh, and you might be asking yourself, Pete, I thought you weren't allowed to show Jeppesen charts. How is it that in this video you're showing them over? Well, folks, let's just say sometimes the good guy wins. Let's go. If you don't know, JepGate has been going on for about 3 or 4 months now. I used to show them all the time, was reprimanded, stopped showing them, and then now I'm good to go. Official approval, stamp of approval from Jeppesen themselves to shout out to that company, Jeppesen, 4Flight. They're all the same company. They have a customer for life because I'm stoked to be on their good side and stoked to be able to show you guys more of those. So in the future, more of that to come, more charts, more awesome content with their help. So appreciate that. And yeah, I'm not going to get into the inter-office politics or the ridiculousness of why I wasn't allowed to because I'm above that. But let's just say again, mark one for the good guys. Let's go. As always though, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comments, questions, drop them below. If you have any questions, you can also hit me up on Instagram at pilotpete.fly. Get back to all of them. Just make sure you follow me first so I can see them. And maybe you're interested in a little custom airport chart, pilotpetefly.com, airport charts. Get yours while you can. Love y'all. See you in the next video.